Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Bedbugs. A little bit freaking out. I would have loved if someone had informed us just that they're taking care of the situation.
Waiting for a manager to come over.
Thousands have tuned in on Facebook to see a live bedbug nightmare play out at a popular hotel in our region.
Several people contacted our Whistleblower Hotline asking us to get to the bottom of the claim.
Valley News Team's Ryan Laughlin has been pulling back the covers to see how widespread the problem is.
I got 3 little kids sleeping in all this. This is disgusting.
A rude awakening.
Yeah, I'm about to throw up right now. It's nothing like laying in bed, having bed bugs crawling around you.
A family fun getaway turned into a Facebook Live horror show.
I got an 11-year-old awake at 2 in the morning because he's got bed bugs crawling around in his bed.
A trip to the water park at Seven Clans Hotel and Casino just south of Thief River Falls has now been seen by thousands.
And you know what the guy at the front desk said? Oh, well, we might have to move you.
Not might. You're going to have to get us a new room.
Blake Fitzgerald is now afraid they might have taken home an infestation.
We're stocked up. She got 6 cans.
But he's not happy with how he says the Seven Clans Hotel is handling the problem.
Is there not a manager around tonight?
I'm the manager on duty for the whole shift for the night, but I'm not the hotel manager.
In a press release, the Seven Clans Hotel says they, along with most hotels, have a history of battling bed bugs, but it's never gotten worse than a handful of rooms. They say they took immediate action to quarantine the room. Fitzgerald says, not really.
Not only did that room was infested with bed bugs, but we could also have transported them across the halls all the way up to the 3rd floor into the new room that we were in.
An employee who works at the front desk here at the Seven Clans Hotel and Casino wants to remain anonymous, but he says the last 3 days this place was at capacity. That's 150 filled rooms. He says they had 1 bed bug complaint. He says that this place gets a bad rap because it's native. But Fitzgerald says since his live video went viral...
Look at this. You guys ever seen bed bugs? I've never even seen them.
Around a half dozen people have said they've also had bed bug problems at the Thief River Falls Seven Clans Hotel.
It sounds like they're not held to the same standards and accountability as if they weren't on the Native American reservation.
An infestation management says is being handled. From Thief River Falls, Ryan Laughlin, Valley News Live.
Officials at the Minnesota Department of Health say the Seven Clans Hotel and Casino is governed by the Red Lake Nation, and they're in charge of their public health regulations. Nobody within the Red Lake Nation would answer questions about how they regulate health standards within their hotels. This story came to us through our Whistleblower Hotline, and if you want to warn the community about something, feel free to give us a call at 237-6576 and let us know about it. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
New information tonight on a story that we've been following as the Grand Forks police say the investigation into reports of a man in a bunny suit luring kids is now inactive. They say they tracked down the owner of this van and that person is not a suspect in the incidents. There have been no other reports, no evidence to back up the initial report, including witnesses.
The Stutsman County Sheriff's Office is investigating after a dog was shot in its yard in Streeter, North Dakota. Jasmine is a 1-year-old Labrador Pit Bull mix, and her owner, Pamela Severson, says her kids called her after finding the dog bleeding. It wasn't until after getting to the vet that she learned Jasmine had been shot by a shotgun. Severson says her dog is now recovering after surgery to remove some of the metal pieces. A $250 reward is being offered by the family for information leading to the arrest of the individual. A Facebook page called Justice for Jasmine has been set up to provide updates on how she's doing following surgery.
2 people have died in a weekend house fire in Sisseton, South Dakota. The fire chief there told a radio station that fire crews were called yesterday morning. And when they got there, they saw flames coming from a front of the home. An adult and a child were able to escape, and after the fire was knocked down, 2 others were found in the upstairs of the home. They were pronounced dead at the Sisseton Hospital. Their names have not been released, and the cause of the fire is being investigated.
In all the years that I filled out forms and sent them to the district, no one ever called me and said, "Why are you filling out all these forms?" Nobody questioned what was happening.
A former Fargo Public Schools employee wants to shine a light on a growing problem in our schools: violence in the classroom. The woman says students are having outbursts that are sending people to the hospital.
It's concerning to me that it's the overall image that's being portrayed here is just not true.
Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop looks into the issue and checks on what the school district has to say. That's tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10.
A couple of times I saw the sun break through the clouds today, but it still had that weekend feel without the rain. Hutch, what's planned for tonight throughout the valley?
Well, some of us are getting more of the shower activity passing through, and the latest look at the radar shows that much of this has been up to the north. Now it's passing along and south of Highway 2 at this hour. Nelson County, the western reaches, seeing some heavier showers along Highway 1. Griggs and Steele County seeing some showers passing to the south near the Cooperstown area and south not far from the Findlay area. Crookston seeing a fast passing shower as well. All of this is drifting southward. We may yet see some showers this evening in places like Fargo and Valley City. And things looks like we're going to see temperatures that will be cooling gradually, cloudy, windy, with our shower chances ending mainly after midnight. I'll have details on some more wet weather before a little bit more sunshine in the forecast. Details in a few moments.
We need a little sunshine.
It wouldn't hurt.
Thanks.
Over 100 grams of marijuana is found in a clothing donation at a thrift store near the Twin Cities. And that had us asking what other bizarre items have been mistakenly or intentionally left outside FM area thrift stores. The Arc of Cass County says this beautiful pipe organ, built circa 1900, was just recently sold. But they have seen some pretty odd items, too.
We've had driver's licenses, prescriptions. We had someone's birth certificate, a bullet making kit, and bullets are donated. We get some things that are inappropriate that we just dispose of immediately.
The ARC says a big problem is that people often leave items outside when the stores aren't open, and then it rains or snows, meaning the items then have to be thrown out.
Charges are expected after 3 people were slightly hurt when a semi rear-ended a vehicle along Interstate 94. It happened over the weekend on Saturday, about 14 miles west of Jamestown. The semi, driven by 29-year-old Ben Christian of Albany, Minnesota, was heading east when he became distracted, causing him to hit the back end of the vehicle. After the collision, the semi jackknifed, rolled onto its passenger side. The passenger in the vehicle was treated for minor injuries and released. The driver was not hurt. Christian and his 5-year-old passenger were also treated and released.
The drivers of 2 cars involved in a head-on crash had to be taken to a Fargo hospital with serious injuries. It happened over the weekend on I-29 near Grandin. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says a 63-year-old Fargo man lost control of his car while headed northbound on the interstate, eventually ended up facing the wrong way in the southbound lanes and collided with a car driven by a 33-year-old Bismarck man. Both drivers had to be extricated from the vehicles. Passengers in the Bismarck man's car, a 29-year-old Bismarck woman and an infant girl, also went to the hospital as a precaution with minor injuries.
Jury selection is underway in a Fargo murder trial. Ashley Hunter charged in the deaths of 2 men in June of 2015. In a jailhouse interview with Valley News Live, Hunter says he didn't do it, but a nurse who was treating Hunter after his arrest says he claimed responsibility for the deaths. Court documents say that Hunter stated the voices in his head told him to kill 3 people. Prosecutors plan to show crime scene video from one of the murders during the trial. That trial is expected to last at least a few weeks.
Parents are always looking for fun during the summer for their kids. Later on Valley News Live at 6, a wild spot that won't disappoint.
Once again, passing showers are drifting southward tonight. A few of us will continue to see these. More rain in the forecast before sun returns. Complete details coming up. Join us for Valley News Live. Continues right after this.